All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm always excited when I have an opportunity to introduce one of my fabulous, beautiful, powerful, certified womb sauna practitioners. As I've been sharing and doing these interviews of my students, we are teaching women worldwide how to heal everything. And I have Debbie here with us who is killing it in our region in Canada. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and the name of your company to the people who are listening.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tama, for having me on today. Just love you to pieces. My name is Debbie Nicholls-Skerritt. As Tama said, I am residing in Toronto, Canada. And the name of my business is For Your Temple. I like to use the catchphrases: you celebrate it, you honor it, you free it. So I teach
Yes.
women how to celebrate, honor, and liberate themselves through the method of the womb sauna experience, as well as sacred movement, and as well as massage and all those other wellness, and through workshops and that sort of thing.
So
So,
let's talk about freedom, right? Because I remember when you applied for the training and how you came in is very different from how you left as a graduate. Did you find that even being aware of womb healing work, you still had not truly accessed freedom?
absolutely, in the sense, because I had it in my spirit that I had to do this. So I was doing my own womb healing work, whatever that was. For me, that was like putting my hand on my womb space and praying. I got a lot of um, divine messaging through scripture. Like I was always led to look at scripture for things. I was like, what? And then I heard look into steaming, and I was like,
Wow.
what is that? Like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's when I googled it. I'm like, okay. And I was going through a lot of tough stuff in my life, and then boom, I see Tama as Tama Aziz Sarah pop up everywhere, right? So
Wow.
yeah,
Grateful.
that it was definitely I was directed to you. So in my own way, like just with writing and stuff like that, before I even went through the training and got connected to you, I had a measure of, oh wow, there's something here. But as the saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So the more that I started to kind of go down um, that path, then I got the dream at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, look up womb steaming. And then there you were. And this was like before, while you were pregnant, I think, or just before you got pregnant. So
I don't
like
know
those
why spirit always sends me to people at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sitting here listening to you, but this seems to be a theme that people get. They either dream. I had a woman on YouTube that said she dreamed my exact name, and my name is not easy to spell.
no, wow.
They Googled it. So it's something about my messengers. They like to come to y'all in the middle of the night.
They sure do. They snatch you up in the middle of the night. So I was following you for so long, and then I saw one thing, and I was like, "Oh, she's pregnant, and oh, she had the baby." Like I felt like I was part of this journey even before I got a chance to speak to you. So,
Wow.
leaving the program, especially because of the fact that we had to go through our own consecration. Now that was intense, and I have fasted and prayed before, but with a different intention, a very clear intention, specifically for clearing out and still going through that journey, of course, like identifying what's going on in my womb. I
Mhm.
really started to get I always tell my friends that I'm a little bit nervous when I fasted because things would come to me, but this was really, I saw the things like in this dark place coming up, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ride this through because I need to clear this out. It's the subconscious messaging and everything, just really decluttering through that fast that consecration that we're called to do during the process. And then
So let me
it was,
just, so for those of you listening who may not know what Debbie is describing. One of the founding principles of our womb sauna practitioner training is that we don't give what we don't have. And
Right.
so you have to, as part of your training, take 7 days to go within your own womb space to make sure that you're even in a position to serve. And
Yeah.
so that's what she's talking about, the consecration process that all of my students go through. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. When you come into
Mm-hmm.
this community to train, you will be required to take some time to go within. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing from my perspective to witness your evolution, Debbie, because I remember when you were training, there were moments where you were doubting your capacity and ability
Yeah.
to serve at a high level. Then you started
Yeah.
coming down what is the Florida for the masterminds that we do, and I could see the moment in your eyes when it switched. And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that we were able to be in front of each other when that happened. And there were
Oh,
many moments in
nice.
this journey of you becoming certified where the only way you could make it to the end was through faith. And I remember like just those defining moments for you. So
Oh, yeah.
the last
Yeah.
time, y'all, that we were in Florida masterminding, I had the honor and opportunity to be in a receiving space, to become Debbie's client. And we were literally laying on the beach, and I had the opportunity to receive her healing touch and a womb massage that knocked me. I probably was snoring in 3 seconds.
Yes,
My
yes, yes.
body was so ready to receive. And so
The womb
my
and breast
desire,
massage, yes.
yeah, my desire
Mhm.
is to my vision really is incomplete if my students are not able to live the lifestyle of their dreams through this work. I really don't believe we have to sacrifice. So how beautiful that here we are at this luxurious resort in the sand, and I'm receiving loving care for my womb from Debbie Nichols.
Oh,
I mean, it was
yeah.
amazing. My womb needed it. My ovaries were tingling afterwards. And then the whole dancing in the middle of the night under the moon, strengthening our pelvic floors. I mean, the wisdom that your ancestors have given you. I know how much my students love me, but I want to say this to you publicly. All I did was witness your evolution and provide a space for you to wake up to just how powerful and how needed your gifts are. I was just partnering with your ancestors and your God to see what you would pull out of yourself through the process of becoming a womb sauna practitioner. And so it's an honor to see you doing this work at the level that you're doing it, and you're doing it phenomenally well. How can the people stay connected with you?
Well, at this point, I'm still growing. So, first of all, you can check me out on Instagram at For Your Temple Wellness, FORYOURTEMPLE Wellness. Um, I also have a Facebook page, a fan page, and Tama knows I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world, so I'm just this is my faith too.
Fine.
But this is something that Tama's really been present for, and calling ourselves to accountability to level up in those realms. So I'm doing that too. So For Your Temple Wellness also on the Facebook fan page, as well as my email address, Debbie for your temple at gmail.com. So DEBBIEFORYOURTEMPLE at gmail.com. And I'm still working on developing my website, but I made a declaration even when I was called to step out to do workshops and stuff like that, especially after the first mastermind retreat. And I was like, Tama would always say, you don't have to be perfect, right?
Nope,
So I
not
remember
required.
Not at all. Not at all. So I remember doing my first workshop, and I just finished, like, I was like ready with my pelvic floor offerings, because I'm a pelvic floor coach, and just putting all these things together, like movement and massage therapy and everything. And I remember going to my first workshop, and there were so many colleagues there that I had so much respect for. But it was just like, they're here in this space, and I was like, ah. And I just said before I started, I want to thank everybody for coming. And at this point, I'm on my journey to branding. But during that process, I didn't want to hold back what I've been given to offer you. So in this space, you're not going to see a logo, but you're going to see the essence of what I have. And it was just amazing. Like, you had the psychotherapist that was just, she goes, thank you for that. Like, there's so many, like, these professionals that want to partner with me. They're saying, thank you. Thank you for that. And then, the process of the workshop was something that they so needed, and they're still hungry for, So Tama, I thank you so much for listening to the call, to hold space, because that alone is something powerful. And I think it was a wake-up lesson for me. And I find that I do this with all my clients, and even my dance clients and dance students. It's like, I don't necessarily have to know the answers, but sometimes I'm just called to hold space to pull out your power.
Yes.
I don't have to always have all the answers.
Nope.
And that has given me so much freedom and so much power. And even me being a womb sauna practitioner, and I know it's very intense work. It's emotionally and spiritually intense. And somebody asked me the other day, do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? And I was like, I do. Even if I want to journey into expanding into other things, but I was like, I need to be a womb sauna practitioner, a vaginal steam practitioner in the womb sauna experience specifically, because it has me so connected to God in such a different place. Ooh. And I can't leave.
Oh, that just gave me chills. Like that. Oh, that hit me right in my chest.
Yeah. So
I'm so grateful for that. Let me tell you why. I just the other week, because I'm impeccable with my self-care. And that's one of the principles that we talk about in our training.
So true.
This work, the way we do it, holds you accountable to being on the pot yourself, to being consistent with drinking enough water, because it takes so much. It's so heart-centered. It's so connected to your own womb story and journey of healing. And so the other week, girl, I was getting on my pot, popping that squat. It's just a flood of emotion and gratitude came. Like, wow, the way in which this was created, born from my own womb and needing to be whole, and to just see the fruit of my yes and my commitment is so deeply moving. So what you just said just gave me little butterflies in my chest, because there is a cost to the oil that we pour in the marketplace, and we are the womb of the marketplace. And it does mean something important to walk in this way of expressing vaginal steaming at a time when the industry is young and fresh in the Western world. We are setting an industry standard, and we are the leading practitioners of the most influential women. I heard you when you said professional women are thanking you. That's something we decreed at the first mastermind, that and we support and hold space for the most influential women in the world. And we do it one-on-one, and we do it in a sacred way. And we have talk therapy and sacred movement and all kinds of things that we build in. Thank you. It's good to see reflected back to you the fruit of your labor. That moved me deeply. So I appreciate you. And I didn't even pay her to say that. She just was talking.
It's true.
So this isn't rigged. This is raw, unfiltered. This is what we do here. We're like a family. We ain't got nothing to prove and nobody to prove it to. We just
absolutely not
share that we are here and available. And so, Debbie, thank you so much for your temple. catch her before you have to book her months in advance.
Come on with
Because
it.
Debbie is a force to be reckoned with in Canada. Ladies, y'all have tried to bring me to Canada and all of that. Listen, we ain't got to do that no more. For your temple is already in position, already has the capacity to not only hold the sacred space in the womb sauna steam experience for you ladies there, but she is a powerful educator. She has information that you need to get your life together. And so hit her up on Instagram, email her. She is taking appointments. She is taking speaking engagements. If you want one of her classes to come to your area, she is a guru of pelvic floor strengthening. I wish you were in Maryland, honey, because I'm discovering all kinds of ways in which I need you in my life. And so
we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out.
I need to work it out of this pelvic floor, honey. And so just leave that there. Thank you again. If you are looking for the industry leading training in vaginal steaming, I offer you to join our family. The application costs you nothing. The conversation with our coordinator costs you nothing. And you will get to see if it's worth the investment. One of the things we do is we not only teach the sacred component of it, but you will learn how to do business and how to do it at a high level so you can bridge the gap between your passions and your profits. And so, Debbie, thank you for having the conversation with me and sharing your perspective with the people. I'm going to make sure I put your information beneath the video below.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Love you too.